Today we are particularly thrilled to welcome the 2020 Super Bowl champion Cleveland Browns as we gratefully celebrate the grand opening of Haslam Field here at Boys Hope, Girls Hope. My name is Tim Grady, and for the past 10 years it has been my sincere honor and pleasure to serve as director at an organization that is sometimes referred to as the little engine that could, or to others, the best kept secret in Cleveland. Well, today I think it's fair to say the little engine is picking up steam, and there is no doubt the secret is loose. Truly, today is a wonderful day to celebrate the power of hope in each of our lives. Hope is a good thing. Each of us hopes for something in our lives. We have hopes for ourselves. We have hopes and dreams for those we care about. With hope, we have our goal. With hard work, dedication, and opportunity, we convert those hopes and dreams into reality. For 30 years, this organization has only existed for one reason: to give kids a place where they can convert their hopes into reality. And as we well know, the only reason some of our youth need a place like this is because, due to reasons out of their control, the field that many of our kids have been placed on is simply not level. Boys Hope, Girls Hope exists to level the field. We level the field so that talented and hardworking young people can have a place to turn their hopes into reality. We level the field through relationships and best-in-class opportunities that last a decade for each individual scholar. When we opened Boys Hope, Girls Hope 30 years ago, we leveled the field for 6 young men from Akron. Today, we are leveling the field for 190 scholars from every neighborhood in Cleveland and Garfield Heights, and even still to this day in Akron. The number is growing. For those not as familiar with what we do, Haslam Field is the capstone on an amazing 3-year expansion of hope that has included construction of our beautiful new Rajan Center that opened earlier this summer. While this campus is literally home for 20 young people, our homes are on the other side of the campus. Rajan Center provides a home away from home each afternoon, evening, weekend, and throughout the summer for more than 130 scholars who come here all year round for 7 years. In fact, please feel free after today's ceremony to tour the building and the campus to learn more about this very special place. Today, our scholars are excelling in 25 middle schools, 27 high schools, and 20 colleges, universities, and pre-professional programs. The key is a long-term personal relationship, hard work, and a community that is willing to fight to keep that field level. Today is a very special day because thanks to the Haslam family and the Cleveland Browns, the field at Boys Hope, Girls Hope has been leveled beyond our wildest dreams. The field has been leveled to create thousands of new opportunities to grow. This field has been leveled for the whole world to see. To the Cleveland Browns, to Mr. and Mrs. Haslam, thank you for this awesome gift. Through this magnificent field, you have sent a powerful message to our scholars and to our entire community. Even the planes flying overhead will know this: you believe in us. You believe in the power of opportunity. You believe in the value of relationships. You believe in the value of results. You believe in level playing fields. Thank you for believing in this little engine that could, and thank you for all you do to level the playing field for the young people of Boys Hope, Girls Hope, for the young people of northeastern Ohio, for the young people of Tennessee. It is now my pleasure to introduce Boys Hope, Girls Hope Raquel Ratchford to offer a few words on behalf of all of our scholars. Raquel.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Raquel Ratchford. I'm a scholar in the MoCone here at Boys Hope, Girls Hope. And just a couple weeks ago, I started my high school career at St. Ignatius, where I'm a freshman. In addition to my studies, this year I'm planning to join the Speech and Debate Club, chess club, and in the spring, I'm going to try out for the rugby team. First of all, on behalf of all the scholars here at Boys Hope, Girls Hope, I want to say thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Haslam for this amazing field. Mr. and Mrs. Haslam, this field is going to create tons of opportunities and give us a chance to try and put our energy and drive into something new and that was maybe out of reach for us before today. This field is also going to make a big difference in the community. I even heard at Garfield Heights football team has been practicing here and they love it. There are a lot of places in Cleveland, throughout Ohio, you could have invested in, but you chose us. Thanks again, and go Browns!
I'd now like to invite Michael Murphy from our board of directors to say a few words.
Thanks, Tim. It's a great day for hope here. I'm on the board here. In my business world, I distribute movies, independent films and documentaries. And about 3 years ago, we were looking for a strategic investor to help take our company to the next level. And someone said, well, you know, Dee Haslam's a pretty successful entertainment executive in her own right. I thought to myself, well, we cast a wide net. I'm a long-time season ticket holder. Why not go take a meeting? And I sat down with Dee out in Berea, and I pitched her on Gravitas, my company, for the first 20 minutes, and she sat there and listened to me, and it was pretty obvious that there wasn't going to be an investment made. But that's where the conversation could have ended, but it did not, because Dee said, well, tell me about yourself. Tell me about Cleveland. And I started telling her I'm from here and what I'm involved in. And I said, well, I know you guys are involved in Breakthrough Schools. And she said, yeah, we're involved in the Emerald Youth Foundation down in Knoxville, and education's really important to us. And she said, you know, obviously in our positions, high-profile positions, a lot of people pitching us on things. And I thought to myself, well, if I couldn't sell my company to her, maybe I can sell her on Boys Hope. And I said, I got something for you. It's in Garfield Heights. It's small, as Tim talked about, but it's best in class, and it's really a gem. And over the next few months, we kept her apprised of what was going on here with the capital campaign and the Rajan Center and the transformation of this campus. And we never had an idea that there'd be we knew there would be a field here, but we thought it was going to be a grass field, muddy, not level. And she came out to the campus, and this past Easter, I was down in Florida, and Tim called me up and he said, I'm going to tell you something, but you can't tell anybody. He said, Jenner just called, and they're going to do the field here. And it's very non-traditional. They've done a number of fields, but they've all been for high schools. But that's okay, because Boys Hope, Girls Hope is not traditional. It's really unique. It's a place where there's hope, there's accountability, and there's success. And we're thrilled, Jimmy and Dee, that you've continued really in a long tradition of the Cleveland Browns being involved here. The Browns have been involved all the way back to Brian Brennan and many of the coaches from Retigliano and Schottenheimer, Shermer and Kozar and Deacon helped raise a lot of money at our golf events over the last 30 years. So this is really a continuation of a long and storied relationship between the Cleveland Browns and Boys Hope, Girls Hope, but now this is truly permanent with a mark here right at the 50-yard line as I'm looking at. The real stamp of approval, if you will, of the Cleveland Browns on Boys Hope, Girls Hope. So thank you very much, Dee and Jimmy, and to all the Cleveland Browns for support here at Boys Hope.
Appreciate being here. We could not be more excited to do this. I mean, we're really excited about this weekend and the opening game, but this means a lot to the Browns family and to our family. As Michael said, I mean, we like to invest in things that we know make a difference, and it's measurable and accountable, and that's what we love so much about Boys Hope, Girls Hope. That for the scholars here, that it does make a difference and it does change lives. So we got involved in the football field program for one reason only, is to really help engage kids to be more involved in school, attend school, and be healthy. And so this is our 8th field. We're going to do another one this year, so we try to do a couple a year. And as Michael said, this is the first one that we've done outside of a high school. But we do think this will make a big difference in this community. Hopefully it will get a lot of community use as well as the scholars here. So it becomes kind of a gathering place for the community that you can use all year round. And that really does excite us. So we moved to Cleveland about 7 years ago, and we didn't know much about Cleveland, but we have learned to love this place, and it's our home, and we're so proud to be part of it, and really exceptionally proud to be part of an organization like this. So thank you for the honor to be here today and be part of this celebration, and as always, go Browns.
Thank you. I'll just echo briefly what Dee said. Let me start by thanking Tim and Michael, because it may sound strange, but it's actually easier to write a check than to do the work that, Tim, I know you do full time, and Michael, I know you put a tremendous amount of time into. So thanks to you guys for helping make a difference in this community over a long period of time, obviously. Dee commented that we have both been involved in athletics and education really almost our entire lives, and Dee has done a really nice job of focusing our family in on narrowing our philanthropic and our community involvement to really focus in on education. There's a natural link between education and athletics. Dee mentioned we started giving our family's approach down in Tennessee to make all the fields in Knoxville artificial turf, and that's a big check, and we wanted to think about it. Did that make a difference? And Dee checked with people, and the response was there is a direct correlation between after-school activities and school attendance. We all understand there's a direct correlation between school attendance and making good grades and graduating, etc. And so that led us to give a number of fields in Knoxville, to give a number of fields here in Cleveland, and to give this what we'll call non-traditional field. We believe really strongly, and please listen to this, we believe really strongly that the greatest social injustice in the USA today is the fact that there's not equal opportunities in education. And we've dedicated a tremendous amount of our time for school choice to give people the opportunity in all neighborhoods to attend the school of their choice and not be relegated to any different school. We've supported in Knoxville an organization almost identical to this called Emerald Youth, Tim mentioned earlier. It does this exact same type of thing. It does not have overnight boarding, but takes kids early in the morning and then takes them from after school, does their homework, exercises them, has a spiritual component, really makes a tremendous difference. So thank you again, Tim and Michael. I want to thank Nick Chubb. You all don't know Nick Chubb except as I see several 24 jerseys out here, except as a great player, but as great a player as he is, and it's painful being a Tennessee guy for me to say this about a Georgia guy, he's an even better player, even better person, and I can tell you we're at the facility a lot, and Nick is in there early, he stays late, works hard, and he's the epitome of what we want a Cleveland Brown to be. So Nick, I know we give our guys very little free time, and Friday afternoons are free time. So Nick, thanks for coming out and giving your free time. But thanks again for big expectations for Sunday, right? All right, but thanks again to everybody. Thanks for everybody making a difference in this community. And Tim, we'll turn it back over to you. Thank you.
All right, it's time to cut the ribbon and open this field. I'd like to invite two of our guys who have been moving the chains up the field with grit and determination for more than 7 years now. Boys Hope Collegians, Carleon Felder, a three-time high school state champion in rugby, currently a freshman at Notre Dame College. This weekend, I believe the Falcons will be up in Wisconsin battling the Badgers. And I'd also like to invite Lawrence Carpe, who's also a state champion in soccer and currently a senior at Cleveland State, where he is captain of the Cleveland State men's soccer team, to hold the ribbon here for us. So guys, you want to pop out? And I'll invite Mr. and Mrs. Haslam, Cleveland Browns star running back Nick Chubb, Mayor of Garfield Heights, Mr. Vic Kolova, the chair of the Boys Hope Girls Hope Board of Directors, Mr. Mike Beschenstein. I think we need a another scholar in here. How about Destiny Wiley? Destiny, where are you? We need some scissors too. Destiny is a freshman at Walsh Jesuit this year. We're gonna have you come right up to the middle of the ribbon here, Destiny. Okay, we're going to need a countdown. I don't know if we should go from 24. Maybe we'll go from 3. What do you think, Mr. Chubb? All right. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Our ribbon cuttings are ceremonial, but I think we got to run a first play on this field. So I think we got DeMar Gibson's an 8th grader. A few weeks ago, Mrs. Haslam invited DeMar and a few other scholars to come out to training camp. They had a pretty awesome experience. I think when we were leaving, DeMar said, "Mr. Tim, this is the best day of my entire life." He got to meet some new wide receiver, Odell something. He got to meet Mr. Odell Beckham Jr., and he talked a lot about that. So he wants to simulate a play where he's Odell, and I think Mr. Chubb, you could be yourself or that Baker guy. So what do you say? A lazy hook going this way, DeMar? Our first ceremonial play. Well, we have a lot of gratitude to the Browns, and there's many in this community who came together to make this project happen. Too many to name. But I do have so much gratitude that we want to take a little time to celebrate. But before we do, I'd like to invite all of our Boys Hope, Girls Hope scholars and collegians to come up for a quick photograph. And I believe a few of you have a little presentation to go with that photograph for Mr. and Mrs. Haslam. Come on up, scholars. Hurry up. There's ice cream truck waiting. All right, everybody. Scholars, if you want to come in front here. Somebody can take a knee, maybe? Yeah, we have scholars take a knee up in front. Everybody squeeze in. Without it. Why don't you walk over here when we go on my side? All right, everybody in. Squeeze on in. All right, we got all our scholars. All right, everybody right here. Ready? Okay, one more. And on behalf of the whole Boys Hope, Girls Hope community, we prepared a great big huge thank you card, Mr. and Mrs. Haslam. So this says, "Thank you, Cleveland Browns. Haslam Field, established 2019. And it's been signed today by everyone here. If you didn't have a chance to sign it, please sign it before you leave. But we're going to bring this up front here and ask you scholars to stand with this as we get one more set of pictures.
I got the biggest smile ever. Ready on the count of 3. Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys are good.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Okay, everybody. That concludes the